Hey, hi, Khalil. Thank you so much for joining us on Debug with the Monk.
Hi, Himanshu. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And me and my team were reading through your bio. So for the entire audience, let me just put a very brief sort of background of Khalil. Khalil is an MVP. He has working in and around Power Platform. He is also a certified trainer, and plus the journey that has transpired, that is really inspirational, that he was in Lean Six Sigma, and from there onwards with multiple different companies like AXA, you have
Yeah,
shifted to Power Platform and achieved MVP, right? So
yeah.
thank you so much for joining in, Khalil. My first question is for you to start the session is from Lean Six Sigma to Power Platform, being a trainer, being an MVP. How did all started?
Actually, let me tell you that it's all connected. So Lean Six Sigma is about improvement and continuous improvement. So it started with me within the improvements that I was implementing in my company, and I'm still in AXA. I'm still in the full-time job, and in my previous companies. When trying to implement some improvements, you need to have some tools to help you in these improvements. And I found that Power Platform is very powerful in such a purpose. So I started to use it in my improvements, and I saw it very powerful. So I started to dig deep and know more and more. It began out of curiosity. Then it started to be, it's my first thought, just apply a quick Power App, or let's do a quick automation, and not to follow a very long process. I mean, a very long process to implement a very simple improvement. You have in your hand Power Platform, so let's start and use it. Then I started to apply, and I got my nomination for the MVP. So it started to be a professional,
Okay, that's amazing. Could you give us more detail about the first Power App that you created? What problem it resolved for you?
Okay, actually, it was in my department. It was in the operational excellence department. So we started to think of some application to collect the ideas from the employees. So we have two ways to collect the ideas. We call it push and pull techniques. So the push technique comes out from the quality, from the audit, from any observation that came with the importance to apply an improvement. But it's not the only way. There is a pull technique that someone thinks that there is an idea, and we want to improve in our processes, for example. So this is where the idea came, that we want a platform to collect all these ideas in one platform, and to start to track these ideas and track its status until implementation. So I took this idea and started to contact the IT team. I want to create a platform to apply this. But I received the normal feedback that this is not a priority. We have a lot on our plate. We have a lot in our pipeline. So I started to think, why not to apply this on my own? And this is where Power Platform were present. So I started to watch some tutorials and to do some trainings on Microsoft Learn, and then once I collected the concept of Power Apps and Power Automate, I knew nothing. Back then, when I started to look after Power Platform, then after collecting the concept, the idea, I started to implement, and I actually built a very, very good application. And until now, it's since I believe 5 years. Until now, they are using it in the organization.
Oh, amazing. And how many users are using it right now?
It was, I believe, about 300 or 400 employees. Actually, I left this side of the this was in my previous company, not even AXA. It was Majid Al Futim. So I believe about 300 or 500 users. They all have access to submit their ideas on this platform.
Okay. And was it a Canvas app or that you
Yes,
have built? Okay.
it was a
No,
Canvas app.
this is very amazing, right? So I have been, so in our previous podcast, I was speaking to one of the MVP, and, he started his journey into Power Platform through Canvas app. And there has
Yes.
been a latest post that is going on with code apps coming in, right?
Yeah.
And there has been a debate of code apps versus Canvas app. Like, is Canvas app still going to be used in the future? But the more I'm speaking to people, I'm figuring out that, the Canvas app was as good as it comes, right, in terms of the entry point to low code and no code. So, what are your
Yes,
thoughts about
the code
the
app.
code apps versus Canvas app, or maybe just in general?
Yeah, I believe that, as you said, Canvas app is a very, very good entry to the Power Platform. The code app it's the future. However, let's not forget that this was presented at the beginning as a low code, no code platform. So we need to keep this momentum of low code, no code, to keep the citizen developers such as myself, and to give them the power to build application. If we shifted back to the code apps, 100% code apps, I believe. I mean, so it will lose its privilege of having the low code, no code citizen developers. So if we created like or if we shifted to like code apps, we might be using the AI to apply the code and edit the code and everything else. So using the AI is good, however, and it's perfect, but however, we need to know the concept, and we need to know what happens behind the scene. So if we got to use AI for the coding, and you put a very simple prompt to edit this app using a code, there might be something else that has been changed and you don't know about it.
Mhm.
So I believe that the Canvas app is a very good start to understand the concept behind it, and maybe using the code app as a start. I believe it's a very, very good start to start your application with, then to move to your knowledge about the Canvas app to edit the application and improve on it. This is my perspective. Yeah.
I think it's very interesting the way you have put that. So let me try to summarize what I have understood. That Canvas app is a good starting point. We use it to perform a sort of proof of concepts or understand what we really want to build. Use that, and then when we are ready, we start going that path. Use AI for coding and create code apps, and then make it more complicated and do a lot of stuff. Is that understanding correct?
Yes, that's right.
I think it's see, there are certain items like Power Pages, for example, and to my mind, sometimes what I see is that Microsoft sometimes builds products that competes against each other in some or the other fashion, right? So, fortunately, unfortunately, like for example, Power Pages also have this React hook. Then you have this code apps. Then you have Canvas app, right? Of course, the
Mhm.
licensing models differs, and
Yes.
so, having said that, I think I'll like to get your 2 cents also on, given that you must have faced, as you were mentioning, certain challenges when you wanted to plan this first Power App,
Mhm.
which of course has been done for 300 users, right? As you were mentioning. So it's a good feat because having 300 users on a specific app and then they readily using it is really no mean feat, right? So from the adoption standpoint, what are
Mhm.
the challenges that you see, and what are the key issues that is still plaguing Egyptian market right now, or the customers?
Okay, the adoption is very important actually, and everyone in each market, the adoption rate is what we look after. So I think that to have a good adoption, you need to follow two important principles. One of which is the voice of the customer.
Mm.
So, to whom you are building this app? Have you listened to their voice? Have you implemented it upon their actual requirements? Because sometimes we build the apps on our
Uh,
perspectives without a very good listening to our customer. So the voice of the customer is very important, and this is actually what benefited me from having the concept of Lean Six Sigma. So this is what I learned from Six Sigma, that the voice of the customer is what comes first in the first stages of the Lean Six Sigma projects. So this is the first thing, or the first pillar that we need to build the app on. The second pillar is the change management. You need to understand the change management to have a high rate of adoption. You need to understand that people normally reject, they normally resist, they normally try to go back to their old way of work. They normally try to go back to their old processes. This is the normal, or this is the norm of as humans. So you need to understand the curve of the change management thing. Then this will help you in the adoption. But it's normal if you faced a low adoption in some applications and high adoption in others. So let's investigate, let's improve to have the adoption. The most important thing is to measure the adoption rate itself, because some people, they just threw the app and let's see the other one, and measuring the adoption is very, very important, I believe.
Hmm. How do you do that? Measuring the adoption.
So it can come with different ways. It can come with a survey for the users. It can come with a hand-on-hand, shadowing with people. It's just to put some placeholders in your planner after like 3 months or 6 months or each quarter or each semi-annual, to have an adoption check. How, whatever it was, the method of having this check, it's very important to have it, regardless the method. I mean,
Hmm. No, I think interesting. What I understand by what you said, Khalil, is primarily that we need to park more time, specifically in terms of designing the apps, right? Before we
yes,
even go on our hunch. And this has happened to us at Dynamics Monk a lot, because in our early days, we were very passionate about building new products, new apps. And then we had our eureka moment in sleep, and then we come in the morning, start building apps. And then
yeah,
at certain point in time, we figured out, okay, there is no potential market where we can actually give it to, right? So we have burnt our hands, and I think this is a very true story and true idea, that we need to test it against the customer's voice, as
yes,
in what. And the idea does not really need to be very complicated. It can be as simple as it gets, but it can really help solve a problem. And adoption, again, as you mentioned,
yeah,
right? You have to park some time, as you mentioned, and there are multiple ways where it's service. So currently,
yes.
Khalil, you are director of operations right now, right? Could you tell us more about your job right now, and how the MVP portion of your life versus your operations portion, how are they both gelling up?
Okay, actually, having the full-time job alongside with the me as a trainer, or as a, I believe I'm a little bit of a content creator as well. I do some tutorials in YouTube, so it means simply my day is a little bit busy. I do the full-time job from Sunday to Thursday, 9 to 5. Then after 5, I do some shootings and maybe some editing for my videos. And in the weekend, I I used to have on Saturday one of my trainings that I like the most, also Power Platform for beginners. I try to introduce the Power Platform to those who don't know nothing about it. So it's a busy day, I believe. This is what I call it. And actually it helps me either as a Power Platform consultant or an operation director within my company, AXA Egypt. Actually, I'm building a new subsidiary from AXA Egypt with the team, building a micro insurance company, the first micro insurance company in Egypt. And this is helping me as well from the entrepreneurial side, that you have your side, maybe career life, or what I call it as a passion for me to join the Microsoft MVP and to do some Microsoft trainings. I like to share my knowledge to other people, and this is also considered as entrepreneurial job. So it's after all building new thing, either within my company or from my side job or my side passion that I'm building. So they are not really related from industry level, but it's related from the entrepreneurial level.
Interesting. So I have a question, right? So you are juggling all
Yeah.
these. Where are you finding time to watch Egypt FIFA matches?
No, I find the time for that.
No, well,
That's
many
definite.
depends on drawing it with Belgium. I think Belgium also had a very solid
Yes.
team. I really loved
It
watching
was
Egypt.
1-1.
It
Yeah.
was one, of course, I think it could have been easily 2-1,
Yes.
but
We lost a penalty, you know.
yeah.
It was a definite penalty.
But it's looking so great, like, the Arabic countries and the African countries, they are really doing pretty good right now in FIFA.
Yes.
So, but of
That's
course,
right.
that we can park for another podcast, of course. So the current gig that you are doing right now with respect to your entrepreneurship journey and director of operations, what does it entail? What is the work profile and exactly what are you setting up?
Okay. My whole career was around operations.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually is still my passion to build an operational team, to build the operations of the company, to build the processes and how the company works, how the workflows put in place. And the other side of the operation is the operational excellence, which is my other side of my career, which is always talking about continuous improvement and process improvement, process revamping and re-engineering. All this builds my career life, my character as an operations director. So even in my side job, like as a trainer for Power Platform, or even as a consultant for Power Platform, because I do some consultations on the side for other companies. This mindset of operations and operational excellence, it's the dominant. So whenever someone speaks with me about an application, I first tell them, tell me the process. What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Before even knowing what is your requirement, tell me the process. Walk me through the process to understand the process and give you the right consultation. It might be giving you a consultation that it's not the correct choice to have Power Platform even. Let's check something else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually like a ping pong to me. It's operations, then improvement. Improvement use the tool of Power Platform.
I think how's Egypt as a market for Microsoft, specifically Power Platform? So just let me give you an comparison, right? For
Uh,
example, India is a very, very cost conscious market. So when
yes.
it comes to licenses, when it comes to, like, for example, if you're talking about Dynamics licenses, that is very costly compared to
Yeah.
the other products like Zoho and
I know.
stuff, right? And then there are Europeans who are more focused on PII, GDPR, right?
Uh-huh.
And having a quality product out.
Yes.
And then there is US, which is very cutthroat in terms of chasing timelines, getting the product into the market, right? So compared to this, and Gulf being very government centric, so
Uh,
security is the key. They are still majorly on on-premise systems or in a contained systems. How is Egypt in terms of if we compare it with respect to all these?
So let me say that I don't want to put Egypt. We were 100 million, so so I don't want to put Egypt as one thing, but I can cluster it or categorize it to the enterprise companies. They are really looking after the quality. So you will find that most of the enterprise companies in Egypt, they are using 365 and they are trying to implement maybe Dynamics and to get Power Platform Premium and so on. So I mean Power Apps and Power Automate premium licenses, like us on in AXA Egypt. So this is the big enterprises. So then the SMEs, for example, you will find them looking after the sorry again to the enterprises. They are very conscious about security at first stage because
Mhm.
it's the main purpose, and this is why we're looking. For example, in AXA Egypt, we're looking for Dynamics because it's part of Microsoft after all. And then, if you came to the SMEs, you will find them definitely cost oriented, and they are very cautious about what they spent. But once you give them, as we say, the cost benefit analysis of using the Power Platform, they buy it. Then the small companies, you will find them out of this, I mean, domain of Microsoft products and so on. They find it really a little bit costly. So they try to find other solutions. But once they scale up, they also run after Microsoft products. So I believe it has to be like categorized within the company. And I believe it's the same with the Gulf and Arab countries.
No, I think it's interesting. So the key takeaway, what I'm thinking out of this is that it's this very aspiring place, and people are looking towards Power Platform Dynamics and its adoption, right? In Egypt specifically. So, with respect to the Power Platform, right,
Mhm.
and the key features that are coming up, what excites you more? Like with the conversations like SaaS being dead, and there is a need of micro SaaS and people spinning up things out of Copilot and whatnot, right? What really excites you in Power Platform and things around that?
Actually, in Power Platform, my focus is on Power Apps and Power Automate. It's my MVP certificate is on business applications. So I'm always excited about vibe coding and having Copilot helping me in Power Apps and Power Automate. So this kind of integration between Copilot and whatever Copilot can help me within Power Apps and Power Automate, it's perfect. I like a Copilot agent as well. It's a little bit costly on the other side, but I wish it was like, if you remember that it was called Power Virtual Agent. Power Virtual Agent was a little bit easier to get in the license. However, Copilot Studio is a bit harder for now, but I like Copilot Studio. It's what excites me. The new vibe coding. Now we have also vibe coding helps us in using Power Apps with SharePoint. So this is a very good new feature. It's what excites me, to be very straightforward. What Copilot can give us more with the Power Platform.
Interesting. I think so. Vibe coding is one of the feature that is really interesting. It's coming out and then
Yes.
and potentially spinning up apps in 80% of cutting 80% of time and giving you that base. So it's very exciting, of course, and integration with, of course, Copilot and SharePoint. So all right. I'd like to take a personal leaf out of your journey. Could you elaborate or explain us more what inspired you to take up MVP? And of course, you said that while creating the app, you got an MVP recommendation, and that's how your journey started, right? Could you maybe elaborate a little bit more and for the
Yes.
audience who want to take this path and figure out what does it entail?
Yes, because actually it wasn't that easy, but actually I
Okay.
started to know what is MVP maybe after I joined the domain of Power Platform after 2 years or something like that. So I started to hear about the MVP. Then I knew that it's about helping the community, which is what I told you. It's my passion, and it was after issuing my YouTube channel a year after launching my YouTube channel. So I was doing the I was helping already my community. It's a free channel, putting the tutorials to help people to learn a Power Platform. So I was doing it already. I was already building the YouTube channel and building the community and helping the community. I mean, so then I knew that Microsoft has like a recognition called MVP, and it's given to those who help the community. So I started to look after and search for MVPs, connect to MVPs, and ask them how to join this program. And one of them, actually, he's called Asam Shaban. He said to me, "I'm already following your YouTube channel. You are already an MVP. You just need to be referred." So he put me in the nomination, and he said to me, just do what you do and submit the contributions that you already did through the last year, and you will get it. Don't worry, you will get the MVP. And this is what really happened, because everything was ready. I was already engaged with the community, giving some impact through my YouTube channel. And yes, I got it, and I'm currently in the renewal phase.
So that's very interesting, right? So there is a lot of hard work that goes in terms of maintaining the content, ensuring that it reaches to the right community. Also, it kind of helps them, right?
Yeah.
And and I think what I understood is like getting nominated is one small portion of this entire thing. Of course, it's a very critical portion, but there has to be a lot of things that you're really passionate about that you dish to the world, right? So I think it's very amazing, Khalil. And let me just ask you one more thing. This was something that was very interesting. So you had this contrarian belief that Excel is not enough anymore, right? So what does that mean? Like there is huge number of operations team that still runs on Excel.
Yes. I do believe and I know that there is a lot of operations that we are still running through Excel, and maybe in large companies and big enterprises, and maybe in some banks and some financial sectors, we're still managing lots of critical data on Excel. So this the funny part of my videos, that we're still using Excel. However, we're in the age of AI, but Excel is a genius a program, but we need to use it as it should be used. So I always say, if you're using Excel, Excel is perfect, but use it for yourself. Don't use it within a team. If
Uh,
you are expanding it to be a team tool, no, it's not the correct tool. So you can do some Excel works, but just for yourself. Once you go broader and you want to collaborate within a team, start to think of other, platforms or other programs like Power Apps and Microsoft platform. And actually, this was getting a great effect from my audience in the social media, maybe in TikTok and in Facebook and in YouTube. They are always telling me, "Yes, we're suffering from Excel. Please." Save us from Excel, from these Excel sheets scattering everywhere, and this is actually what started my peak in social media, and collecting maybe tenth of thousands and hundred of thousands views, because I hit this pain on their daily job. And actually it's really amazing when I see that Arab countries, I won't say only Egypt, because my target audience are the Arabs everywhere. So when I see the Arab people, they want to improve, but they are struggling between having a secured tool to help them, a tool that is approved from information security team and from compliance and so on and so forth, and a tool that is easy to use and quick to apply. This is where the Power Platform comes in a very unique position against, let's say, in or Lovable or the well-known AI platforms. Actually, Microsoft Power Platform or Microsoft products, I would say, in generic, they are very unique in this part of security. So they are accepted in the enterprises that follow a certain level of security. They are very welcomed in these companies, and people are looking for it. They say how AI is getting impressive everywhere, but actually they can't use it in their companies because of the security. ChatGPT is closed for security reasons. Cloud cannot be used for certain use cases. So they try to get other solutions, and this is where Microsoft actually
Interesting. And your most of the work has been focused and concentrated around the industry of insurance vertical, right? So in the insurance vertical at this point in time, what are the latest fads, or what is the usage of AI there? Like for example,
yeah.
there is certain use cases that I've been hearing, we all have been chasing, which is KYC, right? So
Yeah.
But how traditional is the insurance market, and how receptive are they to AI at this point?
Okay, actually, insurance market is very conservative industry. We move maybe slowly but surely, as we say. So we need, because it's very sensitive, and each step we take, it should be very strong, and like we're standing in a strong land. So in insurance, you deal with very private data, like medical data, and very important data and customer data. So using the tools will be very sensitive, and so this is why we're being very conservative. But let's say that insurance has a great potential in using AI, using it correctly with the information security being applied very strongly. So we can use it in claims, for example. We can use it like getting the data from the documents using the OCR, processing the data, and getting a direct claim decision. We can use it in policy issuance as well. It has, we can use it in fraud, waste, and abuse, and getting the trends directly from the big data that we have in insurance industry. So insurance, it has a very great potential, but like other financial and financial non-banking sectors, we're being very conservative because we're using a very sensitive data and customer data. So data privacy is very, very important in our industry. This is why we're moving a bit slower than the big market, but it's coming. We definitely are working on it.
What about the use cases where customer gets a sort of AI based decision making tool which can compare the different policies or compare different and there is a statement which says devil lies in the details, right? So for all the insurance policies that come, there is a huge document that gets in supplement with that, and which generally not everybody reads through and through, right? So
Yes.
are these edge cases being explored wherein there is more trust that is being garnered with the end customer and using some of these AI tools?
So you mean that the insurance policy, it has very long details and very so
Like,
this is right.
for example, if let me expand it. Like, there are certain use cases that comes to my mind when we are thinking out loud right now. So, for example, if you are going to say take a motor insurance, right, or you are going to take a
Uh-huh.
health or liability insurance, right? So when they within the same product, you have like multiple tiers, right? So if you're going to take this, these are the things that you're going to get as part of this. If you take this,
Yes.
so there
Yeah.
there are stuff that is out there. So sometimes what happens is the end customer generally gets confused as to what is the right policy for them, right? Or
Yeah.
what package they need to take, right? This is just one portion. Of course, you can expand it with the actual use cases that you have been working on in the insurance industry. And also, if there is a way where we can summarize the clauses which are very critical for the end customers, so that they can actually look at it and come out very clean. Okay, yeah, this is something that I don't agree with. Maybe let me try to figure out something else. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I get your point. So let's take it from the comparison between policies, and maybe the comparison between companies. This is where the fintech will arise, because using the fintech applications and so on, you will have this comparison very easily between the companies. But this comes with the integration and so on between the companies and the synergy within the market itself. So this is the first thing. The second thing is that, as you said, having a summary of the policies and the terms and conditions of the policies. Currently, everyone is uploading their documents to ChatGPT. Just give me a quick summary. I don't have time to read everything. So this is what we can provide as insurance companies. We can provide like a quick summary embedded within the policy. We can provide like maybe more creative tools to have it heard, not just written. So click this link to hear a quick summary about your policy. This this should be the innovation in the insurance industry in the coming periods. We will see, I believe, a lot of this in the coming period in the insurance industry. But it has to be there. You're completely right.
Amazing. Anything else that you think that is upcoming, that is pretty new, raw, that the insurance companies are trying across the globe, specifically in Egypt, with respect to?
I would say tracking the insured person behavior.
Mm,
It's coming. It's coming. It's definitely coming. So tracking me as a driver, am I a safe driver, or I'm doing very wrong turns in my driving behavior and attitude? Am I a healthy person when it comes to health insurance? Am I a healthy one? So this will give me better rates than the others that are not following a healthy lifestyle. So I believe tracking the behavior will be much easier. And this will give us, as insurance companies, this will give us better understanding to the insured person himself and to give him better, fair rate, I would say. So I believe this is coming.
amazing. I think like it's just like a credit score card
Yeah,
that you,
yeah, yes,
or if it's like an insurance scorecard that you get, like you, if you're based on your profile, if you're going for a health insurance, this is what is going to cost you in a range, and then so and so forth. I think it's very interesting.
yeah,
We are living definitely in a very interesting time. The things are moving fast. A lot of stuff that is coming up. So
yes, that's right.
brings me to a very important question, right? Because the technology is moving so fast, the business
Mhm.
requirements are getting innovated in itself very fast, right? For example, the use cases that we are just thinking of, I'm sure there are a lot of companies which are already way ahead in terms of implementing it at this point in time, right? And maybe there are more use cases that we can discuss in a more enhanced or large podcast. But to the guys who are just entering the market, right?
Mhm.
Specifically, technical guys or the business guys, right? What would you recommend them at this point in time? Because the traditional way of getting educated, getting trained in the industry has taken a massive change because the information is right out there. All you have to do is go to a chat GPT or Claude or type couple of prompts, and then it gives you
Yes,
enormous copious
yes.
amount of information, which definitely was
Yes.
not there when we were actually getting educated. So what are your thoughts around that? How can they make a mark with this changing landscape?
Okay, again, I would go back to the Six Sigma and to the customer needs and to understand what the market really needs. It's not just the trend. It's not just we're following, everyone is following the same trend. You might find a customer need that is out of the trend. You need to be innovative and creative in choosing the target audience and to check what is the need in the market. So this is gets us back to the normal or the traditional management theories of customer needs. We need to understand our customer. So understand your customer, understand customer needs. This will give you the privilege of providing something different to the market. It's not just following what is being trendy. So AI is the tool. It's not the solution. It's the tool to give or to provide what customers really need.
Hmm. All right. I think this is the same suggestion that I've been getting over the period of the other podcast. I think it's glad that the entire MVP community at this point in time is on the same page when it comes
Yeah,
to the.
yeah,
So basically, identify, choose a passion plus choose what is missing and
yes,
then focus on that, and then you can definitely outgrow and the growth can be very fast at this point in time
yes.
because information is right out there. The tools that are required to build that information or build something based on that information is also right out there, so you don't have to really wait for months and months to get something. Okay. And it
Actually,
is.
when I started my content creation, I started in both Six Sigma, Lean Six Sigma, and Microsoft Power Platform, and it's just showed to me that people are more interested in knowing more about Power Platform and about Microsoft Power Apps and to change their normal way of using Excel. So this is what I found myself turning into this
Mm,
direction because
mm,
this is what customer need.
mm.
So it's following the customer needs and creating maybe some new value for the customers in their pain points.
Mm. Interesting. The pivot that you took from Lean Six Sigma to Power App. I think I now understand the reason. And the idea that you mentioned, that converting an Excel to a Power Platform, it is as simple as any idea can get, but that is where the most people want to focus on, right? This is the real problem statement that they are.
Yes.
And so how much AI is really helping you in terms of shortening your time and content making now?
Sorry again.
So how is AI helping you in terms of giving quick contents, taking more content to the audience, shortening your time in terms of your investment in content creation?
Yes, AI is impressive in this. I use always my main AI tool currently is Claude, as you know, as we all do. Claude is very powerful when it comes to creating documents, creating like presentations. I use ChatGPT when I try to maybe brainstorm about new ideas. I validate my ideas. I rearrange my scripts. So AI is perfect. I created some AI Claude skills to generate proposals and quotations to my prospects. So AI is helping a lot a lot in these like let's say admin work. I would say that I have 2 or 3 employees hired in my laptop using AI. No, it's really affecting my time and it's helped me a lot.
Amazing. I think it was really a very variety of topics that we were able to sprinkle a little bit here and there, which
Yes.
brings me to my final segment, Khalil, which is the rapid fire. There will be some of the questions which will be slightly, I would say, political, or say can create some sort of conflict. So let me start with the first one, which is Lean Six Sigma or Power Platform. Which one will you choose if you have to choose only one for your entire life career from now?
I would say Lean Six Sigma
Makes
because
sense.
Lean Six Sigma is a concept. Power Platform, it's a tool, so it might be changed in the next decade, for example. But Lean Six Sigma is a concept that you need to live with. It's the continuous improvement and the how to manage your operations. It's very important.
Pretty wise choice, I must say. And so the most overused buzzword in digital transformation right now.
Buzzwordy. It's AI. Just put AI in anything, and it's
When it is going to come to food. One Power Platform tool every operational excellence professional should learn immediately.
Power BI.
Power BI, right? I think. But with Power BI, I think the fabric that is coming in. Have you explored?
It's with Fabric, yes, but
Yeah.
it's still I still present it as part of Power Platform because you build the database, then you build the interface, you do the automation, you have to end it up with a dashboard with the data. So I know it has been transferred to Fabric, but it's still a very powerful tool that should be used.
I completely agree. And I think at the crux of the entire thing is that if you have to take certain decisions, you need a very sorted sort of information coming in a presentable format. I think Power BI does that very wonderfully. So
Yes.
my last question to you, right? AI in operations, right? Is it genuinely transformative or mostly noise so far?
So far, it's a bit of noise, yes,
Mhm.
actually, so far, but it will be regulated. It will be used correctly in the very near future. But to be very honest, it's a bit of a noise so far.
Interesting. I think the with the advent and with the speed of the AI usage, I think everybody has hit their productivity optimization. I believe everybody now understands how to work alongside the tool. And so, with this, Khalil, I think we are marching towards the end of our podcast.
Yeah.
I really had a very interesting time talking to you, figuring out
Thank you
MVP,
so
your journey,
much.
and quite inspirational actually talking to people across the globe and how they have made their mark. And of course, I wish you all the best for your future expeditions and
Thank you so
love to
much.
stay connected, of course.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to meet you, and it was a really amazing podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so much.